Good morning, guys. Welcome back to Mitza Creek Farm. I don't know, you probably can't tell. There, now you can tell. We have some puddles. We got rain yesterday. We got a little less than a half an inch. And it was wonderful. It was a dark, we had sunshine for a little bit, but otherwise it was a dark, kind of rainy day. And I don't think we've had that all year. It felt absolutely wonderful. And this morning it feels wonderful, and it feels like we might get rain today again too. On my rain gauge, digital rain gauge, which is the sensor is just right up there, but it says we have 0.45, so that's what 0.45 looks like on our manual, whatever type of rain gauge this is. These guys are ready to move. Beck is still sleeping though, so I'm out to do some chores and go pick tomatoes. They're just gonna have to wait for a little bit longer. Our chickens go to the processor next week. Our turkeys don't go until the week before Thanksgiving. So that feels wonderful that will be over and done. And Beck is doing awesome with them this year. Don't have to do much because he is doing pretty much all the chores with those birds. Good morning, everyone. Are you ready to go out? 1, 2, 3, 4 calves. Handsome's ready. We have 4 black cows. 1, 2, 3, 4 brown cows and the bull. Everybody's here. Everybody's ready, it looks like. You just want to be petted, don't you? Good morning. Hi, honey. How are you? Oh, you've got some curls on your head. That must have come from the rain, huh? Yes, you're such a good girl, aren't you? Come on, guys. Yesterday, the beekeepers were out, and I didn't see them take away any boxes, which means all the hives are active and thriving and doing well. And some of them, they put on 2 next layer up of the boxes. They did take some things for extraction. I have no clue the terminology here. I think they're called frames. They took some frames, I think, for extraction. I'm not 100% certain, but pretty much on everything, they raised them up really, really high, which means that our bees are doing really well. That is what I want to see. I didn't make it out to ask what was going on or how they were doing, but I did watch. I was able to watch from the house a little bit, and it was nice to see that they were putting things on and not taking things off. I always worry. I shouldn't worry, but I always do, that something like isn't going to go right, that something's going to happen. So I'm happy that these guys are doing awesome. When Beck and I were on our trip, Lily came home with a guinea. Somebody had gotten guineas that lived in town, and of course, you know, guineas are loud. And that was the loud one. There were 2, I guess, and they were gonna get rid of it. And so she said that we would take it. And so we have a guinea, and it rarely makes noise unless it's separated from, there it is, from the rest of the crew. But it thinks it's a chicken, probably because it was raised with chickens. And so it just hangs out with the chickens all day. But when it gets separated from them and can't see them, then it freaks out in typical guinea fashion. There's gonna be noisy animals everywhere I go. So yesterday, I started picking tomatoes because I have a ton to pick. And it started storming and thundering and lightning. And so I stopped. So I need to finish doing that this morning. Oh, these pumpkins, these trellis pumpkins look amazing. Look at how good they look. This is the area that, oh, there's a bumblebee, 2 of them. This is the area that has those gourd squashes that are bush and not trellis. But man, look at this. The honeybees are out earlier. That one's a massive one. So you can see we have lots of tomatoes to pick. This is what I picked yesterday off of these plants right here. And you can see that there are quite a few that are very close to ripe, but not fully ripe. So I am waiting to pick those. Just picking the fully ripe ones. And so I'm gonna probably fill up this green crate, and then I have lots of slicers and paste tomatoes as well that need to be picked. So I'll probably have 2 crates full today. Look at this beautiful volunteer bee balm. I love coming in here because oftentimes I'll see bees sitting on here. But it's just like in the middle. It grew up out of a hole that was pre-burnt that I never filled. I hear a cat at the door. What in the world? Who's here? Who's here? It's Charlie. What are you doing? Come on. Hi. What are you doing? Huh? And these are all the ripe tomatoes, or all the ripe cherry tomatoes, I should say, from these rows. I would guess there's probably about 15 pounds there. There's a lot. I didn't collect any of the ones that will be ripe in the next day or 2, just because I need to get the ripe ones, the fully ripe ones, picked first. I can always come and pick more tomorrow. They'll be here. But I did notice I have a lot of cucumbers that need to be picked and are ripe, and I have a lot of beans. I need to get going on that too. It is full garden season. I've been looking forward to this all year. I just wasn't expecting it to all happen on the same exact day. One of Sydney's friends from college is here for a couple of weeks on vacation, and so today is her birthday, so we are gonna have a fish fry at my parents', and so I'm gonna pick the beans to bring out there to cook with our fish fry, and I might bring most of the cucumbers too to slice up to go with it. So I'm gonna pick the beans first. I'm not gonna put them in the water bath because we are just gonna use them ourselves today. And then from there, I'm gonna see how many cucumbers I actually have, or how many beans I actually have first. Because if I have a ton of beans, I won't bring cucumbers. If I don't have enough beans, then I will pick cucumbers to bring. So I have about a pound of beans, but I know that these beans, the green beans, these are wax. The green beans are ripe or starting to ripen. And I was picking a few and eating them fresh the other day. Not quite, but there were some. So I'm just gonna go through and pick any big ones. There's a bumblebee. Pick any big ones that I can. Through here, man, look at all those. I think these are called jade. So far, I'm really happy with them, especially since we got such a late start on them. Oh, here's one. There's another. I'm gonna let that one grow, but very long and tender. So I got a light first picking off of the green beans too, which is very exciting. The sun is risen and time to get going for the day. I will come down during my work break and pick cucumbers. And I don't think I got this many green beans. I don't think I will need more for the party today. So I'm not gonna pick any cucumbers because I do want them to stay as fresh as possible, and I do have other things to do right now. So I'm gonna call that quits for right now, and then I will have to come down later this afternoon or evening and pick those cucumbers so that I can get them out at the stand. So that is it for today's video. Thanks for tuning in, and we will see you guys next time.